Welcome guys from Utah. This is Joseph Lead, founder, chief instructor for Unified Krav Maga and Krav Online. So I want to take this time to go through a video for you of a drill we did here at headquarters with a defender with a stick versus an attacker with a knife. This is a great drill. It's a great drill for really simulating a fight empty hand or with a weapon. One thing I want you to keep in mind is a weapon is simply an extension of your body. All right, so if I have a stick or a knife, that's an extension of my arm. It adds to it, but it's not the only thing. We still have the rest of our weapons, and I want you to keep that in mind as we go through this. All right, it's not just the tool. You have everything else as well, and you can't fixate on having just a knife or just a stick. Okay, but what I want you to notice here, the context is that they each know they have a weapon, and they're in the fight already. Okay, so the defender sees he has a knife and they grab a stick or some other defensive tool or force multiplier, right? Or they already have it or whatever. They fall out of the sky, they land here with a stick and a knife. And for whatever reason, we end up in this position. And what we want to do, guys, is make that stick work for us, help us in our knife defense. And keep in mind that my last resort in knife defense is to go with a hands type defense because that's the last in my timeline that I want to do. I'd rather be able to walk away. I'd rather be able to grab a weapon. I'd rather be able to use my kicks rather than my hands. And lastly, I am forced to use my hands. And so we're trying to stay away from that. So the person who has a stick, the defender with the stick, is looking to use that length, while the attacker with the knife is trying to either stay outside of that or get all the way inside where they can make that knife work for them. Okay? And so you'll watch this, see he's going through, how he's staying away. There, now perfect. I love that right there. See, he's not relying solely on the stick. He's using his other tools, his other weapons. And keep that in mind. It's where we lose a lot of police officers, where they fixate on their firearm in the holster, trying to draw that as somebody's attempting to stab them, or they're trying to draw on a drawn weapon already. All right, and we can't fixate on that. We have to be able to use all of our tools available to us if we want the best chance to win this fight. Again, notice he's keeping him at distance. Our knife attacker's trying to get in. Our defender is trying to defend, stay at length. Now right there is a perfect example. He defended this, not with the stick, not with his hand. He literally was able, with his feet, his foot movement, to defend this. Look at this right here. As the attack comes by right there, guys, that foot movement is his defense. And it doesn't get better than that. That right there is a great foot movement. Okay. Now again, he's moving here, trying to stay at length. Our knife attacker gets in. And that happens. What you have to be prepared for if you're in a fight against a knife is you need to be prepared to possibly get stabbed or cut, because it's most likely going to happen. Okay. And you see he just lunged in. He's able to get the knife in there. And we have to be prepared for that. Don't think that because we have a stick against a knife that we're going to, it's going to be perfect. We're not going to get touched. We're going to be able to keep them at the perfect length. Remember, fights are fast, brutal, bloody, and messy. We have to do what we need to do to survive. But nobody goes to a fight to lose, and they're going to look to get you with that. Okay? During this drill, we used a padded stick. We used a rubber knife that's flexible, so we could actually make contact without injuring one another, but there's some sting to those strikes with the knife and the stick, and so it induces some stress via pain, which we really like. We like that stress because it adds more reality to our drill, and whenever we can add stress into a drill, as long as our students know the technique well enough to perform it under stress, we want to do that because that really simulates real life, guys. From Utah, guys, train hard, stay safe, and have fun.